Good morning, everybody. Wow, I'm late. Sorry about that. Yesterday was Sunday, and I shut off all my alarms. I said, you know what, I can sleep in a little bit. So I shut off my alarms. And I slept in not at all. I woke up way too early and just naturally, And today being Monday, I forgot to set the alarms back. Today is when my body decides it's going to sleep in. So yeah, it's Monday for everyone. Yeah, that's the way it goes, unfortunately. But thank you for being patient. I realize I'm late. So we're going to kind of get to it because I know some of you have places to go. We're going to do the floor stretches today. Okay. We're going to work a lot on the hips and the groin and the back. Okay. Because there's a lot of things you can take advantage of being down either on the floor or in your bed to really work on those. Okay. Let me just take a sip of my coffee because God knows I need this. Oh, goodness. All right. And one of these. Because you might need coffee for a mental, emotional state, but water is what you need. That's the good stuff. All right. Okay. So, here we go. You ready? All right. So, first thing we're going to start with, as always, we're going to do our little pencil stretch. All right. Now, you can call it a pencil. Some I've heard people refer to it as a needle stretch. Really, same thing. Okay. So, remember, your hands are neutral. This is prone. This is supinated. They're neutral this way, okay? Here we go. Up, over the head. Now, you're going to keep your hands in the same position. I'm a giant, so I have to flip my hands a different way. And from here, we're going to stretch, but don't stretch too hard. Let your body and gravity do its thing, right? So we stretch, and now we try to push our heels down. And just to get a little bit of that flexion. There we go. Good. That's it. Nothing too crazy. That's all. Easy. All right. Sorry, guys. I realize sometimes I look away from so the camera's over there, and the screen's over there. So I'm talking to you, but every once in a while I gotta check to make sure that you can see what I'm doing properly. So, there's a whole thing to it. It's very complicated. All right. Sorry, guys. I forgot to mention at the beginning. Get a towel or something. I know it's Monday. I'm telling you. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. Mondays are always going to be Mondays, aren't they? Okay, let's do one more. Here we go. Nice. That's kind of the fun and interesting part about live video, right? Anything could happen. Literally anything could happen, right? If we recorded this, there'd be no issue. Everything would be fine. But we're doing it live, so here we are. Okay, now we're going to work on our groin. So we're going to bring our feet as close to our rear end as we can. And then we're going to bring our legs down. Good. Now, remember, guys, this is going to come in a few stages, okay? Because you're going to feel your stretch reflex now starting to kick in and tightness on the hips. So your hips are going to be a little bit stiff on this, more so than your groin in this position. Okay? And that's what we want. Now try to relax these guys. Deep breath, right? As you relax, they'll sink in a little bit. If you try to force them down, it's going to hurt. If you relax the muscles, it'll calm itself down. Good. Uh-oh. I think I see a visitor sneaking down. Oh, it's not Winston this time. It's the other cat. It's Urza. Hi, Urza. Hi, baby. What's she doing? Live video, people. This is how it goes. Hey, there you go. Okay. Okay, you can't sleep on the towel, though. She gets very offended. She's very sensitive. If you tell her she can't do something, she gets very offended by it. All right, so next we're going to work on is the back, and then we're going to do the hips, okay? So here we go. What we want to, the idea, what we're aiming for is this, okay? And we're just Breathe in. You can let your legs come apart if you want to get a little bit deeper, right? The knees come apart, and you really get them in deeper. Now, if you're having trouble obviously getting to this position, which I understand, let's use a towel. Right? You get them over the knees or under if you have knee issues. Right? So you're having a sore knee, you get them underneath. But what you're doing is you're not pressing the knee into the chest here or in the stomach here. So you're not pushing down on it. You're bringing them forward. Right? So as if you're standing up and you're lifting your knees up here. So you're not trying to push them down. You're trying to pull them up. Okay? So we're coming up like this. Yes, they come down, naturally, but that's not what we're aiming to do. Right? Good. And the towel, of course, will help with that, right? So if you're having trouble and you need the towel to help. Now, obviously, guys, I'm going really, really extreme because I'm getting more flexible. That's how it works. But you can really, anything here, anything past this 90 degree, you're going to start feeling that stretch. So if you feel that stretch in that lower back and we relax, then you're good, right? As long as you feel the stretch. That's the key. That's where your line is. Okay, next we're going to work, here we go. We're going to work on the hip flexors. So this leg is going to be up like this. So I'll switch legs so you can see what we're supposed to do, but I just wanted to show you the leg first, okay? So now we're holding this leg. Now, because we did the first exercise with the clamshell, we can get that a little bit more comfortable. Now, we're going to lower the foot on the other leg. So you're stretching here, right? Because you have this arch over here. And by pulling up on here, you're stretching this guy out here, right? So you think the focus is up here, right? So many people think, I got to pull hard up here, right? Yes, this is going to help your glute a little bit. But we're trying to stretch the front of the hip here. So you want to get the leg straight. Right, there we go. And we relax into that. Good. Nice. Now, here we go. Remember, we release slowly because you're going to have tension built up in this leg that you're pulling up. And again, if you need the towel, use the towel. If you need to go underneath the knee, go underneath the knee. No problem. Good. Right. Now, we're going to do a glute stretch. Okay. There are two different versions, so we'll show you both. And we'll show you the assisted with the towel. Okay. But whatever one works for you guys, we'll get it done. Now, if this doesn't work, there is a way to do it on the chair. So on Wednesday, we'll do it. So tune in on Wednesday. I've got to really move this camera because I keep looking at the damn screen. So I must be looking like I'm off into space there. You know, when you talk to somebody and they're not looking at you and you're, hey, over here, right? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Leg over leg. And I'm going to recommend the towel for most people. Some of you, because you need really strong abs to pull your legs up and grab them, right? And that can often put strain on your back. People don't understand the core is not just your abs, but it's your back, right? Your transverse abdominals go to your back. So let's play it safe and get the towel behind the leg, right? And now we pull up. So where you're stretching is this folded leg here. Okay? And you're going to get a glute stretch. Now relax. Now people often ask, oh, Chris, a glute stretch, what's the big deal? You know, like, why do I have to do that? I don't understand. It helps a lot, right? You have sciatic nerves that go in there. And if you sit, most of us have office jobs and we sit. Even those of us who don't, we still need to sit and do the office work, right? Like guys have a ton of things to do and office work to do, right? And so when you sit a lot, your glutes tighten. You're going to feel a lot of stretch here. You're going to feel so much tightness right here when you do these. You're like, oh my God. So that's the thing, right? And this will help alleviate sciatic nerve pain. It'll help loosen up the hips because we don't realize when we're tight in one side of our body, the other side suffers. Okay. Getting all the cats today. All right. Well, you guys are doing great so far. So here's what we're going to work. Okay, we're going to work on a little trunk rotation. Okay. So we're going to have our hands down. Flat. This time we're going to go prone. Okay. Because your arms are going to support you. And you're going to tilt your legs to one side, but you're going to keep your shoulders flat on the ground. And we're going to relax. Good. So I'll show you the other side. So watch my shoulders, guys, okay? When I do this, you see how they're staying flat on the ground? If you start doing this, then you're going way too far. So even if your spot is here, let's say, right, and you feel your shoulders starting to come up, that's as far as you go. That's your spot because we're all different flexibility levels. Believe me, if you were here when I started these stretches, God, I was terrible. I'm still not perfect, but, right? So we'll get there. You'll get there. If you're here, then you're here. That's it. Right? There we go. And just let yourself relax when you get there. Right, we find that spot, we relax. And now no one can see my head because there's a cat in the way. Yeah, you. I think they understand what I'm saying sometimes. Sassy little bunch. All right, so you guys are doing great. We're going to work on a little bit of upper body. Okay, we're going to work especially on the shoulders. Because a lot of us have shoulder and chest tightness because, again, that hunched overness, right? See, I'm looking at the screen again. What we're going to do is we're going to lay on our back. And we're going to do a chest opener, right? Which is going to help with your shoulder and your rotator cuffs. And we're going to do a stretch. So they're a little bit different, okay? So just to show you, chest opener, okay? What we want to do is all we want to do is bring our elbows down and our hands as flat as we can get. Now, a lot of you are going to be up about here because rotator cuffs are always tight, right? Because we never work them out because we don't think about it, right? I didn't think about it until I learned about it. So what you want to do is you don't want to push your hands down. That's not a stretch. You're going to get here, and wherever that spot is, you can relax, right? And you're going to let your hands, like gravity is enough, right? Let it pull on your hands a little bit. If you have soreness already, because I have some clients who have sore shoulders, don't do these for that long. Come to the spot, right? And just hold them for a little bit and then stop, okay? There we go. Good. Good. Now this is going to help with those shoulders over time. And you're going to be able to get lower and lower and lower. Now, second one, here we go. We're going to do the same position to start. And you're going to stretch it up. But what you're doing, guys, just remember, this is not a pencil stretch, okay? So we're not trying to reach up high. What we're trying to do, if you notice, like a snow angel, okay? We got our hands here. We're coming out wide, right? And that's opening up this cavity right here. Coming out wide. And we're getting our hands up. Nice. And then we're meeting way up here at the top. We don't have to go touch all the way, but you're going to feel the stretch become really tight when you open up wide and then get up high. So we get to where it's comfortable. Deep breath. Good. And back. Perfect. We'll do another one, okay? So obviously we remember. Now, based on the connection of these two exercises between the rotator cuff and the stretch, okay? If you're here, that's fine, right? So I'll show you. Let's say this is as far as I can get because my rotator cuff, whether it be sore, whether it be tight, that's okay. I can still benefit from this stretch, right? And then once you're here, you might find yourself able to dip down even more. You'll see when you get there. But you're still able to get that and take advantage of the chest stretch. There we go. Nice. Good job. You guys are doing great. Okay, so 2 more stretches and then we'll be done. One is the child's pose, which is honestly the best exercise you can do, stretch you can do for your back, right? When you have a sore back, assuming you don't have any sore knees or hips or anything restricting that movement from you, even if you do, we'll show you a modified version. But if you have a tight back, child's pose, I tell you, change your life. All right, here we go. Hands and knees. Now your knees should be shoulder width apart, right? Not really tight inside because it makes it a little bit harder on your hips. So if as you come down, you find yourself and you need a little bit of relief, you can open up your knees slightly, right? Because there are some people, potentially you have a little bit of restriction because you're a little bit carrying too much weight, or maybe you have hip mobility issues. That's fine, right? That's fine. Just open up those hips a little bit and you come down as low as you can go. So the idea is, so imagine yourself like this, sitting on your feet, right? So that's what you're trying to do with your rear, and your hands are here, right? So that if you see, it's got that nice stretch down along my back. Good. Now, if you can get a little bit deeper, because as we relax, you might find yourself wanting to sink in more. You can finger crawl, you see, your way, and give a little extra. Deep breath. Good, and back up. All right, 1 more to go. You ready? Come down nice and slow. Good. Now, if guys, you have hip issues, okay, for the rest of you, you're already in that stretch, you stay there, okay? So if you have hip issues and you will come down about here, that's fine too. Where you're going to move is you're going to move your hands forward and get the stretch this way, okay? And then as you loosen up, you can slowly ease yourself back. Good. Excellent. Good job. You're doing great. All right, last one is going to be that other glute stretch that I mentioned. It's going to look very complicated. Okay, it is. Trust me, it looks, even when I first saw it, I was like, how am I going to do that again? That's a pretzel thing. I don't know how I'm going to do that. You can do it. It's easier than it looks. It actually feels a lot more comfortable than it looks. You can do it. Okay, so imagine yourself sitting like this, okay? So what you're doing, this is the leg that we're going to use. This leg, we need to cancel out this leg because in this movement, this leg is going to be in the way. How do we get out of the way? We do this. I know, but listen, you don't have to be sitting straight up like this, where it's going to put tension on your hip. If you need, you can lean over to get that leg out of the way. And once it's here, it's very comfortable, right? So don't worry if you have to lean down to get the leg out of the way. Don't worry about that, right? Now, the plan is we're going to try to get this knee to our chest. Now, we're supporting our back. If you look, my back's nice and straight. We're supporting the back with this arm, okay? We're only going to bend the back when we're ready to bend the back, okay? We're in control. The back does what we tell it to do, okay? So now, we're going to come down, and now the back's going to be allowed to bend as we support it with our arm. And now, for that deep stretch, we're going to try to get this elbow onto that mat. Now, you might only be here at first, because most people are super tight and they can't do this. So don't worry about it, right? If that's where it is, it's where it is. But the idea is to lean, to get this shoulder to roll towards the floor, okay? So you're not pushing it down. You're just letting gravity do its thing. And you're going to feel it on that glute. Good. Deep breath. Nice. Nice. Good stretch. And back up. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn around. You might see, well, let me tuck in my shirt a little bit. Gets untucked by all this shenanigans. We're going to turn this way, okay? Because I want you to be able to see the other side of this stretch. So you can see what you're supposed to be seeing, okay? So remember, we can lean to get this leg out of the way, right? I realize you're essentially looking at my love handles, but that's okay, right? So, sorry, start over. Back is supported. We allow the back to bend. We dip the other shoulder over and try to get it down to the leg. So where you're going to feel it, guys, is right here. Right along there. Deep breath. Good. Nice. Good job. Now, for those of you feeling excited, you can try adding a modified cobra stretch. So as we're getting up, right, we have to do the arms. Let's give ourselves a little extra bonus. Right? Get that cobra stretch in. There we go. Just like that. Well, guys, you did great. Listen, it's Monday. Wasn't easy, right? For me, I was late. I'm sorry, you know. But you pulled through. You did it. And we're starting off a new week. Now, Remembrance Day is coming up. It's a big, important day. We'll talk about that when the time comes, right? That's Wednesday, November the 11th. So get your poppies and, you know, donate if you can to, you know, the Legions and wherever we see someone selling a poppy, you can even go online, right? Because there's a lot of guys who sacrificed for our country, right? And looking down in the States, you see how important freedom is. So they're going to need your help, right? Because they're all retirees now. They need nurses. They need medication. They need food. They need your help and they need your love. So send all the support you can. All right, guys? So that's it for today. And we will see you tomorrow and hopefully on time. Oh, look at this. Now it's even more awkward. Let me get a stretch in while I'm doing this. End stream.